My ex dumped me after 9 years, then tried to come back. I was with my ex for 9 years of my life. Then back in January, he suddenly dumped me. His reason? He didn't think I was wife material. Those words burned into me. After almost a decade, I wasn't even worth being a wife to him. I cut him off completely. I didn't call, didn't text, nothing. I started putting myself back together. Then he popped back up. First, he showed up at my job out of nowhere. I was so uncomfortable that I told the receptionist to always say I was out for the day if he ever came back. I didn't want him anywhere near my workplace, but that didn't stop him. He started showing up at places he knew I went. He admitted later that he would go to the grocery store on Saturday evenings because he knew I'd be there, or hang around the park where I went running Sunday mornings. He was basically waiting to accidentally run into me, and it worked. One morning after my run, I went to my usual coffee shop, and there he was, sitting there waiting. I froze, tried to turn and leave, but he kept calling my name loud enough that people were looking. I figured if he was going to cause a scene, I'd rather deal with him in public than risk him following me home. So I sat down. He immediately started with this half-assed apology. You know the kind. I'm sorry, but, and then blaming everyone else. His mental health, his stressful job, his parents, his friends, everything except himself. I wasn't buying it. So I stopped him and said, cut the crap. I already know everything. He looked shocked, like he got caught. And then the truth came spilling out. He admitted he'd been in love with a coworker for the last 2 years. 2 years. While he was still with me, he was fantasizing about her, idolizing her. He said she was beautiful, smart, classy, all the things I wasn't, apparently. He even admitted he started resenting me because I was the only thing standing in the way of him being with her. He told me when he broke up with me, he went straight to her and confessed his feelings. After 9 years together, he dumped me just so he could chase after her. And here's where it gets hilarious. She doesn't even like him. She told him straight up that he's trash and warned him if he ever tried talking to her outside of work, she'd report him to HR. He gave up 9 years with me for a fantasy, and she rejected him instantly. So I asked, what does any of this have to do with me? We're done. I don't care anymore. But then he started begging. He promised that we'd get married before the year ends, that we were meant to be together, that I was the love of his life. He tried fake crying, bringing up our good memories, saying all the things he thought would break me down. But I wasn't having it. I told him, I'm not your second choice. You threw me away like I was nothing. You said cruel things to me, and now you think you can just snap your fingers and I'll come running back? No. He kept going, saying if I agreed to couples counseling for a few months, he'd leave me alone. At that point, I was just done. I texted my cousin to come meet me at the coffee shop. Those 20 minutes waiting for her felt like 20 years. He sat there rambling and begging while I ignored him, standing at the counter making small talk with the baristas just so I didn't have to look at him. Finally, my cousin showed up. She didn't waste time. She told him to fuck off, and if he even thought about following us, she'd call her brothers to deal with him. He stayed in the coffee shop and we walked out. And you know what? It's only been a day since then, but I feel like the weight is gone. For the first time in forever, I feel free of him.